Hi, my name is Mohammed Samsi, and let's talk about the business and career opportunities in the waste management industry. The waste management industry can actually be very rewarding and lucrative opportunity for both career and business development. Of course, for those who are interested in the sector. And there are a range of roles available in the industry, and these roles can be highly rewarding and offer the opportunity to make a positive impact on the environment and public health at large. So in this presentation, we are going to be discussing about the Nigerian waste management industry, some of the challenges of the industry, the waste management value chain, skills and education requirements for you to participate in the industry. Of course, career opportunities, business opportunities. We'll look at even some of the regulatory bodies in the industry, and if you are interested in getting started in the industry, definitely we'll also talk about how you can. So, um, the waste management industry, we already know that it's something that is in its infancy stage. By that, I mean it's kind of quite new as an industry in Nigeria, and a lot of things are done through the informal sector. But believe you me, it's something that once it's new, it's something that is going to be really, really rewarding because for people like us who are already in it, we are taking a little bit of our own reward out of it, even if we started a couple of time ago. So, in addition to career opportunities that are there, the waste management industry offers a lot of business opportunities for entrepreneurs who are interested in starting or growing a waste management business. Successful individuals in the waste management industry are typically those who are able to identify and meet the need of their customers while also operating in a sustainable and responsible manner. The industry is responsible for waste collection, waste transportation, waste processing, waste disposal. Of course, this could be either a solid waste or a liquid waste. We should also note that in Nigeria, waste management is really, really important for the public health and the environment at large. So improper waste management can lead to pollution, health problem, and the current state of waste management in Nigeria is generally considered to be inadequate. Why? Because you see, many cities in Nigeria lack proper waste collection system, and much of the waste generated in the country is disposed in an open dump site, or a lot of us know that many people are still burying their waste on in the street. This can lead to a lot of issues like air pollution, water pollution, and a lot of things to our health. Now, in the industry, there are basically many challenges that we have, but of course, let's just look at some of these high-end challenges, like we are looking at the lack of infrastructure, inadequate funding, and even the lack of public awareness. So the industry faces number of challenges, including this three, which we know is leading to a lot of improper waste disposal. These are also issues with these are also issues which is tied to the processing and disposal of waste. Landfills are often overcrowded and poorly managed, and there is a lack of recycling facilities as a result. Much of the waste in Nigeria ends up in our own environment where it can have negative impact on the ecosystem. And of course, once it's already having impact on the negative impact on the ecosystem, just know that we are going to have our wildlife to benefit negatively from this. Despite these challenges, there are some efforts on the way. Of course, we must acknowledge that to improve the state of the waste management in Nigeria. The government has implemented a number of policies and programs to of course, address the issue. And there are also private sector companies and non NGOs that are working to improve waste management in the country. Of course, there are a lot of opportunities in the waste management for those who are interested in addressing these issues and making a positive impact on the environment. So the value The waste management and circular economy, of course, this is a very infant sector because we are in the early stage of development, and as such, the value chain is not yet fully developed. But we have the likes of we can say let's just within ourselves, we can be able to categorize them into some uh, okay, so into what we are seeing here, like the resource extraction phase, the production phase, the distribution and consumption, of course, and the recovery and recycling. So once we are looking at, this is a general or a broad view of the waste management and actually circular economy. So when we bring in circular economy into the picture, of course, it takes it from the end to end, where we get the raw material from, what we do to the raw material and how we use it, then what happens after we are done with it. Of course, that's where the waste management comes in. For the now, for the resource extraction, there are few opportunities in the resource extraction stage. When we have the mining. In the mining, Nigeria has a range of minerals that we know that are mined for use of various industries. Such of these are like coal, limestone, tin. Of course, starting a mining business can be a very lucrative opportunity for those interested in extracting these resources. Another one is oil and gas exploration. We all know Nigeria is a major producer of oil and gas, and there are opportunities for business to enter the sector as exploration companies. We could have timber harvesting. When we are talking about timber harvesting, Nigeria has a number of forests and are harvested for wood. And there are opportunities for businesses to get into this sector of timber harvesting. Of course, proper timber harvesting will really help us curb a lot of things that is happening within the informal sector that is leading to lumbering and what have you. We also have agricultural practices. So in agricultural practices, we already know Nigeria has a very large agricultural sector with opportunities for businesses to get into that to produce crops, livestock, and other agricultural products. So generally, this are number of business opportunity within just the resource extraction stage of the circular economy value chain. Although these opportunities can come with significant risk and challenges, it is important to know that you need to carefully consider the risk and ensure that they are operating in a responsible and sustainable manner before you can get into this industry. So moving forward, let's talk about the recovery part of the value chain. Of course, this part, we have a number of business opportunities here too. And we have things like recycling. So when we are talking about recycling, we already know that we can start a business to collect and process recyclable materials such as paper, plastics, metals, and even cans, right? We can get into it. This comes as a very lucrative opportunity in the recovery stage of the circular economy value chain. Okay, another one is waste to energy. When we are talking about waste to energy, setting up a facility that converts waste into energy, such as through processes like anaerobic digestion or incineration. Of course, it's a very good business opportunity, considering the fact that Nigeria at large is still fighting the power generation issue. Of course, if you have the financial muscles, you could actually get into this part of the business, and you make a lot of money out of the value chain. Another one could be repair and refurbishment. When we are talking about repair and refurbishment here, you can actually start that business that refurbishes used products such as electronic appliances, furniture, and even things that we use on a day-to-day basis. Of course, it can be a way to extract value from the resources that and return them to the economy. This, for me, I believe is another part that doesn't might not really require too much of finance to get into. Another very important aspect that one can play in is composting. Setting up a facility that processes organic waste into compost can be a business opportunity in the recovery stage of the circular economy value chain. Now, this is very, very important because a lot of our organic waste waste have really, really not been put to use in this part of the country. And when you get into the composting, believe you me, there is a lot of talks that is going on about composting, organic products, and what have you. So, positioning yourself in the composting stage is something that will help within the circular economy. Then another one is material recovery facility. If for example you don't want to go into specialize into composting, repair, or even recycling, or even the waste to energy, you can decide to set up a material recovery center, which is very, very lucrative again. All you need for this is a space and get people to know that, oh, they could be able to bring their material, that specific ones that you are looking out for. So starting a business that process mixed waste and separate them to different materials for recycling, upcycling, or even repair and refurbishment is something very, very good. And believe you me, is a very good thing to look into in the waste, in the circular economy value chain. That's the recovery part of it. Now, let's talk a little about the value addition and upcycling. So when we are talking about upcycling, upcycling refers to the process of taking used or discarded material and turning it into a new or of higher value product, right? There are a number of business opportunities in this stage of the circular economy value chain. Of course, in Nigeria, we are taking Nigeria as a case study. So the first one here, it can be artisanal and craft-based businesses, right? When we are talking about artisanal and craft-based businesses, it could be starting a business that creates a handmade product using upcycled material. Of course, it can be a way to add value to those materials and create unique and sustainable products. For example, it could be these PET bottles. You can take them and create a flower vase from them, right? Or you could decide to create a used toothbrush, use it to create something that brushes that art guys use in doing their work, right? There are a lot of things that can be upcycled there. Even used faulty machines can actually be upcycled into something new and useful. Of course, we have these homemade lamps that people are using. Handmade bags are there. Clothes that are used from recycled material, that are created from recycled or upcycled material rather. They are there in the market, which you can tap into this. The most important thing is for you to be able to think of something that are available in your own locality, and you put a little brain work into it, and you have a product out. We could actually look at home decor and furniture. Upcycling used furnitures and other household items into stylish and unique decor can be very lucrative again. For example, we've seen a situation where people turn tires into tables, they turn tires into chairs, they turn waste from fabricated from the tailors, they turn it into home seats and all what they have, right? So this is another thing that you can look into. We also have fashion and accessories. Turning used clothes and other textile into fashionable and trendy products can be a way to add value to this material. And of course, if you are doing that, definitely you are reducing waste. You can have another one, which is packaging and packaging alternatives. For this, upcycling used material into packaging, and they are alternatives such as biodegradable or compostable options can be a business opportunity in the upcycling stage of the economy. Now, moving forward, what are the value chain? Now, we just talked about the value chain within the circular economy. So what about the one that are more specific to waste management in Nigeria? That's the value chain. So the value chain within the waste management in Nigeria they are typically within the generation, the collection, the processing, disposal, and even we can bring in the upcycling here too, right? So when we are talking about this, the generation, of course, is the stage that involve the production of household and businesses and other organizations bringing out the waste or generating more waste, right? So I personally, I believe we've come to the age where we have to stop telling people to stop generating waste because there is no way we can tell them to stop. In short, I will even encourage that we shouldn't even say they should even reduce. We need them to generate more waste because what we have to do is to start thinking of what can we bring out of this waste that are coming out from these households and businesses. So waste generation, that's the first stage. Waste collection, of course, this stage involves the collection of waste from homes, businesses, and other locations, and its transportation to a processing or disposal facility. Okay, we have a waste processing. When we are talking about waste processing, it involves sorting, separation, and treatment of waste in order to extract value from it and reduce its volume. This may include processing such as recycling, composting, and even waste to energy activity. We have waste disposal. This stage involves the final disposal of waste that cannot be recovered or reused. This may include landfilling, incineration, or other methods. Okay, and we also have a value added manufacturing. Of course, this involves the transforming of recovered or upcycled material into finished products that are of higher value than the original material. Of course, this may include the processes such as assembly, packaging, and even labeling. Now, let's talk a little bit about some of the educations and skill requirements of the waste management industry. Well, the first is you need to know that there are different education and skills that can be beneficial for individuals looking to benefit from the industry in Nigeria. Some specific skill, by the way, are that will be useful for you. Number one, you definitely need to understand the waste management processes, right? Having this understanding of the waste management processes, it's kind of is a needed skill or knowledge that will help you to know that, okay, this is what to do. For example, you need to know that the processes involved in waste management is from the collection, right, to transportation, to processing, and even to disposal. Once you understand how this thing works, it can be really, really beneficial for you wanting to work in the industry. The next one is having knowledge of the relevant laws and regulations. Familiarizing yourself with the legal and regulatory framework surrounding waste management in Nigeria can be important for anybody who is looking to work in the industry. The next one is having business management skill. Of course, this is more like not just for the entrepreneurs alone, but even if you want to get a job and work in the industry and build your career, you need to understand the business management skills also. But again, it's major for the people looking to start a business in this industry. Strong business management skill can be crucial for success. Of course, we are looking at financial management, marketing, and even project management. Now, technical skills. Depending on the specific role or that you are eyeing or gunning to get into in the industry, technical skill may also be very beneficial in the industry for you. For example, if you are working in the processing or disposal, you may need to have knowledge of engineering and operating complex machinery. Okay. Now, what about the communication skills? Of course, in every industry, communication skill is very, very important for anyone getting into that industry. And waste management is not far behind. So we need communication skill to get there, because you have to discuss with different type of stakeholders, like the general public, governments, and other organizations alike. Don't forget that you need things like teamwork, teamwork, problem solving, leadership, and even customer service skills, because these are skills that are very, very important for you to know how to address people, know how to work with people, and for you to be more successful. Now, aside that, let's talk about some career opportunities in the waste management industry. Now, there are a lot of career opportunities, just like every industry, and the beauty of this industry is that it's still in an infancy stage. So there are lots of things that we can be able to position ourselves and get better as time goes by. For us, I will start with waste collection and transportation. Now, anybody playing here are professionals that are responsible for collecting and transporting waste from homes or businesses and other locations to the processing facility, or even the disposal facility at large. What about those that want to play in the processing and the disposal? Of course, there are professionals who work in terms of waste treatment, waste disposal, and for them, they process and dispose of waste in a safe and environmentally responsible manner. We have other ones with career opportunity within waste management and consulting, right? When we are talking about waste management consulting, these professionals help businesses and organizations develop and implement sustainable waste management strategies. Okay, so we have other ones, environmental and engineering. These professionals, they help design and build waste management system and facilities, and they also help to monitor and maintain this system to ensure that they are operating efficiently and very effectively. Then another one, which is very, very important, are education and outreach. These are people who work to raise public awareness about the importance of proper waste management and education. Of course, they help to educate people about how to reduce, reuse, and even recycle their waste. And another very important one too is research and development. For research and development, we need researchers and scientists in the industry to work to develop new techniques and processes for waste collection, processing, and even the disposal aspect of the industry. Another one is sales and marketing, which is very, very important. We have project management, we have financing and investment, and very, very importantly, legal and regulatory affairs. For this one, we need professionals to help us navigate this complex legal and regulatory landscape surrounding the waste management. Of course, they have to help us in ensuring businesses and projects are in compliance with all relevant laws and regulations. Now, let's talk about some business opportunities you can get into. There are lots of business opportunities that are there. And believe you me, in any one that you want to get into, it is very lucrative in as much as you have the mind to be there. Starting a business in the collection and transport aspect of it is something good. You can do it from homes, businesses, and other locations. Then you take it to the processing and disposal facility. For me, I believe for this, collecting is one, transportation is another one. These are two different businesses here that you can look into and get into it. Of course, they will require some level of investment, and you need to first think of if it is something you want to do. Another one is waste processing and disposal. Waste processing is maybe you want to set up a waste treatment or disposal facility. Of course, it's a very profitable business, especially in areas where there are lack of adequate waste processing infrastructure. And if you have things like this, I'm very sure you'll be a friend to the government. You can go into recycling, right? You can go into recycling, you can go into waste management, consulting, you can go into environmental engineering, you can go into even awareness and public building public awareness, right? And there are a lot of things that you can do as a business within the waste management industry. Now, let's talk about some of the regulatory bodies that helps regulate the industry. The first, of course, we have the Federal Ministry of Environment, which they are doing their best. They are responsible for developing and implementing policies and regulation related to the environment and natural resources. Of course, waste management is still part of our environment. Then the next one, which is very, very important because these guys, they are really, really doing great work, which is NASRIA. NASRIA is responsible for enforcing environmental laws and regulation in Nigeria. Of course, we know waste management is part of it. They are really, really fronting and helping waste management industry have a fit. We have for the people doing working within the oil and gas, we still have NOSDRA. NOSDRA helps in regulating and responding to oil spill and other environmental emergency, including those related to waste management. We have the likes of LOMA, AEBP. Now, these guys, they are restricted to their state. LOMA is for Lagos State. They are responsible for anything waste management in Lagos. Abuja Environmental Board Protection. They are also regulating the waste management in Abuja through the whole process. So these are the guys that if you are going to be working in the industry, there is no way you are not supposed to know about these guys, because if you don't go for them, they will come for you. So it's best you know about them, you know about some of their policies, if not all, the regulations and how it works and all what it takes to be there. Now, let's talk about how to build a successful career path in the industry. Building this, the first thing is you need to gain education and experience. This is you building the foundation. You need that foundation, and the foundation should be things about environmental management, environmental science. If you have engineering or business, that is a plus. It will always be a beneficial for a career in the waste management industry. So you may also want to seek out internship or other opportunities to gain practical experience after you've been able to gain some of this knowledge and education, right? Then the next is networking and building relationships. Once you have this knowledge, you don't have to keep it all to yourself. You need to network. You need to go out and look out to where the industry professionals and organizations are hanging out. And of course, you have to be helpful to them while you are also finding job opportunities and learning about the latest developments in the industry. Seek out professional development opportunities. Don't just stay and say, oh, I know this already, they will come for me. No, you need to stay up to date and look at the latest trend and technologies in the industry. Of course, this will help you to position yourself very well and stay very competitive. Look for opportunities to attend conferences, workshops, and other professional development events. Be very proactive. You need to be out there. Don't be afraid to take initiatives and seek out new opportunities to learn and grow your career. This may involve seeking out additional responsibility at your current job or looking for new job opportunity to align with your current career goals. Now let's talk about how you can get started in the business. Well, the first thing for me, I'll say you need to make a decision that, oh, this is actually what you want to do. If yes, you have made that decision, then you go and do your research. Do your research to know as much information as you can. The internet is already there for us. We have friends, colleagues, and what have you. Of course, you getting this far on this presentation is something that I know, yes, if you have made your decision, is part of you doing the research to know what it's important. Then after that, you already know when to decide on where you want to play. deciding on where you want to play it will now be tied to the goals that you want to achieve initially. That is it money you are looking out for? Is it relevance you are looking out for? Is it impact you are looking out for? Or is it people, that is network you are looking out for? Anyone you decide, look at the chain. Each and every one of it can help you achieve that. Then you decide to make that decision and stay exactly where your goals will be achieved faster. Develop a business plan. Of course, we already know having a business plan is very important. Obtain necessary licenses and permits that are there. Go to Nigeria. Before you can get to Nigeria, definitely you need your CAC document, you need your tax identification number, and all what is required before you can approach Nigeria and get your operating license, or you go to APB or LOMA, as the case may be. Then you identify your potential partners and suppliers. As you are doing this, then you also be seeking out for funding and financing. Now, finally, we'll be talking about learning platforms for waste management in Nigeria. The first on my mind will definitely be Lagos Business School through their sustainability center, because they are doing a very good work in trying to get the waste management into an industry. And I think this is one of the perfect time you can actually approach them and get something out of it. Another one is the Nigerian Association of Waste Managers, or Nigerian Recyclers Association. There are a lot of associations who are there that can help you in learning, because you ask questions, they will, even if that is not really structured right now, but you learn things and you begin to grow from there. There are a lot of other environmental rights actions or Friends of the Earth. These are NGOs that are there that are helping us to get what we want to do. Lagos State Waste Management Authority, LOMA, they organize programs, they organize trainings to make people come into this and also help in getting the information out. And of course, that's not just restricted to Lagos alone. Abuja guys are also doing theirs. So it's just all up to you to get started. The list is enormous, but of course, these are the ones that I'm exposed to at this point. So in summary, we should know that the industry has significant potential for growth and development as the sector mature. There are a range of opportunities available in the industry, including roles in collection, processing, and disposal. Of course, if you have anything to do with the environment, waste management is for you. The benefit from these opportunities is really, really important to have the necessary education and skills, and to be proactive in seeking out for new opportunities and building relationship within the industry. There are a number of regulatory bodies that you should not play with. Guys like Nasria, they are there for you. LOMA and APB, they are very, very there to help you do whatever you want to do. Finally, you cannot dodge without learning. I will always focus on learning, learn very well, and offer yourself for internship, offer yourself for apprenticeship, so that you can get started. You can volunteer to get things done. As you are doing that, you are gaining experience. And the waste management industry in Nigeria offers a range of opportunities for those who are interested in making positive impact on the environment and the public health. So I'll stop here now. And if you, okay, I will just stop here now, and we'll take some questions from here. Thank you very much.